This is Dave Lockwood with Removeitpros. This is a building that we torn down on Fort Myers Beach. Hurricane Ian is the culprit here. Hurricane Ian came in on September 28th, 2022, and in this area right here they got water. You can see the house right behind there. They got water all the way up. It was splashing up into their second story. This particular place is a historic building. It's been here forever. There was a tattoo parlor in here. I believe there was a bike shop in here as well. And this building is right across from the hardware store, Goods, G-O-O-D-Z. And this area did not do well. A lot of the frame houses were swept away. A lot of them that didn't get swept away were damaged so bad that it's not cost effective to redo them. Ian it sat on top of us for about 10 hours. I say it sat on top of us because I live here on Fort Myers Beach as well. And it sat right on top of us and went through an unusually high tide cycle. So in some parts of the island where the elevation is a little lower, they had as much as 20 foot of storm surge. The island next to us, which is Sanibel Island, they got the same. They took a beating. A lot of these condominiums that are on the beach are still not occupied. It's a slow moving process. It's a lot of damage. You would think that the condos, all these floors that are above the first floor, shouldn't be impacted, but they were. It knocks out, when these storm surges come in like this, they're moving around a bunch of heavy stuff, and they knock out the utilities and the fire suppression systems. They ruin the elevators, along with the winds destroying the roof systems on these things. So the condominium buildings all the way down the beach they're pretty much toast. A lot of them are being torn down. Some are being salvaged, but they're not getting enough money from the insurance companies to turn them all the way around. So that means huge assessments, or the condominium association gets together and they decide collectively just to tear the building down, sell the property, and take their little portion of it, including taking the insurance money. So this building is just off of the downtown area, the town, what used to be called Times Square. I'm not sure what it's going to be called in the future because all the buildings, or the majority of the buildings, are gone. The Dairy Queen down there is gone. The Sunset Grill, all the frame buildings are gone. Shuckers is gone. I mean, when I came down here right after the storm, Shuckers was literally gone. And it looked like somebody took it and cleaned the lot. So this particular building, we negotiated with him for a couple of weeks. We gave him a good price. I'm a Fort Myers Beach resident, and this is a huge loss for this guy. What happens to these buildings, the downside for everybody is, most of the time, the only insurance that's going to kick in, or this is what I'm hearing, I don't know this to be fact, but the only insurance that kicks in and pays you anything is your flood insurance. And your flood insurance comes through FEMA, and they are maxed out on a commercial building at $500,000. And on a residential building, it's $250,000. In this market that we have in Southwest Florida, $250,000 doesn't get you very far. So this building right here, this is probably over 5,000 square feet. And so if this guy owes money on this building, which I don't know that he does, so he tears the building down. Now he still has a mortgage payment. If he wants to go rebuild the building, the lender keeps the $500,000 because they took the loss and they apply it towards your loan balance. So basically you have a big fat zero, and if you want to renovate and do something with this, you got to get the building scraped off, go into the planning department, which is overworked and overtaxed, and put yourself in the process. So everything is overwhelmed in Florida. We have so many people moving here. So before Hurricane Ian hit, we didn't have enough contractors. We didn't have enough concrete people. We didn't have enough of anything. So now that Ian has hit, it's even worse. So getting somebody to draw up plans for you and to get somebody to be your builder, to give you a decent idea what something's going to cost, is an astronomical task. These builders are in a bad situation because everybody's charging more for everything. So let's say a builder bid something out 5 months before Hurricane Ian hit. Well, now his costs have significantly increased because, of the law of supply and demand. So, the materials are costing more, the basic labor is costing significantly more, and everything has gone up. So to give somebody a price on a building that you're going to build for them it's a daunting task, because your regular subs may not be responding to you because they're so busy chasing down this Hurricane Ian money. So it's short-term money, but they just don't see it that way. There is so much devastation here on Fort Myers Beach, though. If you've seen any of the videos, it is, when you go down Fort Myers Beach, you go down Estero Boulevard, and you could hardly see the ocean from there. There would be some breaks here and there where the beach accesses are, but you could barely see the ocean. Now there's parts of Fort Myers Beach where you can drive for a half a mile in a couple different places, and you can see the beach from Estero Boulevard and the ocean. So all these brand new houses that were built over the last, say, 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 years since they put the 150 mile per hour wind codes into place, they took it really good. You'd be surprised at the stories I've heard. I've heard these houses that were built to those codes were still moving back and forth in the water and shaking, but they did take it. I haven't seen any of those that were built past 2005. I didn't see any of them fail. Now the lower levels, they have breakaway walls on these buildings. So what happens is the storm surge knocks the walls down, and it keeps the surge from knocking the house over. So the amount of damage that gets created, even in these, they're $3 and $4 and $5 million houses if you're on the beach. The amount of damage that's done just to the lower level and ripping out all your utilities and your garage doors and flooding out your cars and everything is incredible. So we, my wife and I, stayed in Bonita when the storm hit, and we came down. We snuck on the island. I don't know if it's sneaking because I live here, but before they could set up the roadblocks and stuff in the morning. And historically, Fort Myers Beach, they won't let you on it. They're able to do that because it's an island, and it's kind of obnoxious actually. But so we snuck down here real quick so we could see what we were dealing with on our house. And my house had 6 foot of water in it, and everything I had, it only been in there about a year, and it had all my furniture was ruined. The only thing we really salvaged out of the house was our clothes, and I had to come back by Wave Runner to get those. So we got here we left Bonita about 4:30 in the morning, right as it was getting light, and we came up across. I have a Raptor and a 4-wheel drive car, and we were going over sand dunes. Some of them were 4 feet, some of them were 3 feet, and this is all the way across the road. Came across all 3 of the bridges that they, the next day, said were condemned. I seen them. I think it was an overreaction, but you gotta have, public safety is the number one thing. So we come down onto the beach and we go to see our house, and when we were done with that, we we headed back, and we took 8 people back with us in the back of the truck. But the amount of cars that were upside down and destroyed because they banged into everything on the street, and the amount of houses that were sitting in the middle of the street, and the just the total devastation, it was just mind-blowing to see. Just mind-blowing. You know, and I coming down here to work every day, when I was coming down, I was, oh my gosh, my body would just feel so stressed and depressed. Some people say, well, you're in the perfect business for this to happen. And, you know, in a lot of ways we are, but, you know, this is not something you want to see happen. So, so this particular building, you can't see it from here, but if you go across the street, that's Estero Boulevard, and you can see the ocean from here. The ocean's less than a football field away. Lilani Kai is just maybe 2 football fields away. And like I said, the hardware store is right next door. So if you watch what Colton's doing here, what he's doing is he's minimizing our mess. He's collapsing the building down onto itself to not create a bigger, a wider footprint of dirt and debris that we'll have to clean up. He's very methodical. He does things in a very controlled manner. So our goal right here is just to get this house on the ground. It's very unstable in the wind. You could see it moving. If you're looking at this picture, you look all the way to the other end. That last 30 feet, there was a span where the windows were, and there was 1 2x4 holding them up. So we were able to expedite the permit on this one because the building was unstable enough that it could fall over, and the sidewalk's close enough. It's unlikely, but it could have been a safety problem. So Hurricane Ian devastated our island, and this is one of, I think we did 77 demos, you know, in 4 or 5 months. So, you know, we do 1 or 2 a week at this point. But so that's it. It's Remove It Pros Demolition. Hopefully, I'm not gonna talk through this whole video. It's a pretty long video. It's another 12 minutes, but this is him taking this whole building down in about 24 minutes. So it's Remove It Pros Demolition, www.removeitpros.com, 239-333-7678, and we do interior demolition, building demolition, junk removal, and concrete cutting. See you on the next video. If you would be so kind as to subscribe and give us a like, and give me a comment in the, if you got any questions, just comment in the comments section, and I will respond to you. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Crazy. Go down on the other side of my truck. Stay right there. Stay right there. Just make sure nobody walks by. David Lockwood with Reuseitpros. We're going to start bringing you content. We're going to try to do 2 videos every week, a minimum of 1. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the like. Leave us a comment that you subscribed. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And we'll see you on the